The mystery of the Bada Valley megaliths. Bada Valley, nestled within Lore Lindu National Park in Central Sulawesi, Indonesia, is home to a collection of enigmatic megalithic structures, hundreds of massive cylindrical stone jars and around 30 humanoid statues, whose origins and purpose remain unknown. These ancient artifacts first drew international attention in the early 20th century when missionary and ethnographer Albert C. Crute documented them. He observed that local communities made offerings to the statues to pray for rain or bountiful harvest. Yet, the people themselves had no knowledge of who created them, only stating that the structures had been there long before their ancestors arrived. Today, over 400 megalithic artifacts are scattered across the Bada, Bazoa, and Napo valleys. The cylindrical stone jars, known as Kalamba, and the humanoid statues, called Arca, appear both in clusters and isolated spots, hinting at a once widespread and organized cultural practice. However, no definitive link ties these structures to any known historical civilization in the region. While their exact age is uncertain, many researchers believe they could be at least 5,000 years old. The statues often feature oversized heads, straight torsos, and no legs. Notably, they include exaggerated genitalia, emphasized by hand placement, with some statues appearing to depict pregnant women. The most famous is Balindo, or the Entertainer, which stands over 15 feet, 4.5 meters, tall and is estimated to weigh around 10 tons. Remarkably, these statues resemble other megalithic figures found worldwide. Their posture and stylization echo the stone carvings of San Agustin in Colombia, the Moai statues on Easter Island, and even figures at Göbekli Tepe in Kara Antep in Turkey, sites dating back over 12,000 years. These shared traits raise profound questions. How could the same motifs appear in such distant, unconnected places? Was there a shared symbolic language, or even a global civilization, long lost to time? Even more mysterious than the statues are the Kalamba jars themselves. Found primarily in the southern region of Lore Lindu National Park, these giant stone vessels defy easy explanation. Though some are estimated to be over 1,000 to 5,000 years old, the people of Bada Valley do not claim any ancestral connection to them. Intriguingly, the stone used to make the jars does not originate from the valley, suggesting they were transported over long distances, a staggering feat for any ancient society. The name Kalamba translates to bathtubs for a king, yet their location and construction make this theory unlikely. Many jars once had heavy stone lids, further indicating they were not intended for bathing. Some scholars believe they were burial chambers, but this too is debated, as several jars are too shallow to accommodate a human body. Some jars feature internal ridges only a few centimeters deep or perfect horizontal lines around their exteriors, suggesting they may have been shaped with some advanced technique, perhaps even stone softening methods. This has led to comparisons with modern clay pottery making processes, where jars are spun to achieve uniformity. But how could ancient people spin massive granite vessels? One theory proposes that the jars were used for mineral separation, especially as the surrounding region is rich in alluvial gold. Some jars even show burn marks, possibly from molten metals. Could these jars have been tools of an ancient, technologically advanced civilization, far older and more capable than mainstream archaeology admits? Interestingly, Bada Valley is not unique. Nearly 3,000 kilometers, 1,900 miles, away in Laos lies the Plain of Jars, another massive collection of mysterious stone vessels. With over 3,000 jars spread across 90 sites, these megaliths are similar in form and style to those in Indonesia, right down to the lids and carvings. Many of the Lao jars were destroyed during the Laotian Civil War, 1964 to 1969, when the U.S. Air Force dropped over 262 million cluster bombs on the region, but new discoveries continue to surface. Laotian legend claims the jars were made by giants, led by King Kanchung, who brewed rice wine to celebrate victory over an enemy. But myths aside, the jars were quarried from stone sources up to 10 kilometers away, raising similar logistical mysteries as the Bada jars. In recent years, researchers have discovered 15 new jar sites up in Laos's mountainous forests, some in areas home to tigers, where humans rarely go. These remote jars differ slightly in design and stone material, yet their existence hints at a civilization far more expansive than previously imagined. Then, in 2020, an astonishing revelation came from the Assam forest in India, 800 kilometers, 500 miles, from Laos and over 4,000 kilometers, 2,500 miles, from Bada Valley. There, researchers found more than 800 stone jars across 115 square miles of forest. Some were fully or partially buried, and many were carved from sandstone sourced from nearby rivers. Yet again, no evidence of an associated human settlement was found, deepening the mystery. Archaeologist Nicholas Skopel, part of the discovery team, remarked, "We still don't know who made the giant jars or where they lived. It's all a bit of a mystery. We've barely scratched the surface." These stone jars share striking similarities in shape, scale, and placement along hills and ridges across all three regions, Indonesia, Laos, and India. While the exact age of the Indian jars remains unclear, their connection to the other sites is now recognized as a unique archaeological phenomenon that may point to a broader cultural link across ancient Asia. Unfortunately, many of these jars have suffered from erosion, forest fires, and modern development. Yet, their enduring mystery captivates both scientists and adventurers alike. In conclusion, the true origin, purpose, and creators of the stone jars remain unknown. Whether they were part of a long-lost advanced civilization or simply an undocumented ancient culture, they stand as some of the most fascinating archaeological enigmas of our time. If you'd like to explore further, check out our documentary on pre-Egyptian technology, where we examine other mysterious megalithic sites that challenge everything we thought we knew about the ancient world. Leonard James Promotions.